Yes, and thanks for staying with us on Sport Watch. Of course, we've taken a look at the company which is Pulse Group and its operations. And in the studio with me is Bob Chua, who is the CEO of Pulse Group. Also, the winner of the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur Award, and that was back in 2008. Now, here's the part we'd like to find out more about what you have been up to all this while. Before Pulse Group, what were you doing?
Well, before Pulse Group, I was in business school. No, actually, before that, I started in the technology and marketing space in business school, and I've always been in research and technology. After business school, I joined a company called TNS, which is now the #2 research agency globally. Then after that, Nielsen, which is #1 research agency globally. So I've always been in this line. But you know, I think I always wanted to try to do something by myself and try something entrepreneurial, and that was it. That was Pulse. So that's what I've been doing for the past few years.
Was it difficult to start up a company from the start, from scratch?
You know, I think for the past 6 years, I haven't really stopped to smell the roses. It's, you know, when you start a company and you run that fast, you never really stop to look back in retrospect what you've done, or how easy or hard it is, because it's always challenging growing your business. But you know, I think it fitted my, I guess, my aspirations, my temperament, what I wanted to do in life, the stage of where I was, and you know, I haven't looked back since. It's been a great ride.
But like I said, you've always been interested with research. What intrigues you about this?
Well, I think I've been interested in two things. I've been interested in technology and research, and probably the third thing, I've been interested in entrepreneurship, you know, doing something for myself. You know, I think the ingredients of hunger for entrepreneurship, as well as having domain expertise, really decreases my risk of failure. So, you know, I think you need to have both of these sorts of domain expertise and the hunger and some kind of acumen to make it work. So fortunately, you know, it's gone okay so far. So, you know, I think I've managed to leverage the qualities of business skill, being in the right place at the right time, a lot of luck, a lot of great people around me, and my fantastic team. And that's what's got me here, really. Yeah,
but I heard that, or I also understand, and this has been told to me by a lot of successful businessmen as well, that, you know, well, research is important, but
absolutely,
it's also your gut feeling.
Yeah, you know, I think research is meant to take out the gut feel. Take
out the gut feel and to confirm.
Exactly,
that your gut feel is
so
correct.
You know, I mean, we're dealing with multiple millions of dollars of budgets, and you know, I think gut feel to clients is not really enough, and we need to substantiate claims, hypotheses, and projections. So you know, we try and decrease risks for our clients. That what their gut feel may be, we try and substantiate that with quantifiable scientific data.
Right. And is it usually correct, the gut feeling?
Well, you know, I think sometimes clients would hear what they want to hear because we're so involved and so close to a product or service that, you know, we come in as a third-party independent, and, you know, I always say never shoot the messenger, because what we tell them may not be what they want to hear. But that's life, and that's what we're there for. We're there to give, you know, proper check and balance as to what their consumers, what their actual clients and customers are saying. And that's what should be the real outcome of any research. It's not what the client really wants to hear.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully, and in most cases, it confirms or reaffirms their feeling, but not in all cases.
Not in all cases. In most cases?
I would say in most cases it does. I mean, our clients are very sophisticated research buyers. They're very intelligent marketers. So, you know, a lot of the data that we provide to them really substantiates their claims.
So you'll be expanding to Europe as well?
Yeah, we're already there. You know, I mean, besides the fact that we're already listed in London, we already have a UK office that services Europe. We have a great team there that speaks multiple languages, and you know, I spend some of my time there as well. We've got a whole bunch of investor groups from there. We've got board members there, a whole advisory team. So we're already very entrenched in Europe. You know, I think this year and the next 1 or 2 years, or for the foreseeable few years, I would think we would look at expanding more into Europe, mainly due to the opportune time. I think the lower euro, the lower pound makes it a bit more affordable for us. The talent pool that's available right now because of what's going on down there. And you know, I think at the end of the day, while the economy in US and Europe is as in the shape it is, it's still the two largest or with two of the largest economies in the world,
Right.
so we can't really ignore that. So it's still very important for us.
So was last year good?
Last year was good for us. I think by way of clients moving away from traditional research means to digital, which is mainly what we do. So they found, it's sort of a tipping point whereby clients suddenly saw the value of doing things quicker, cheaper, and in the fastest growing region. So
Yep.
we were in the right place at the right time, providing that cost, time, effectiveness, and the geography where everyone's looking at right now.
And when you say faster result, how long do you take on the
So,
average?
We can create a research program that traditionally would take a month, and we could do that in 15 hours. So just, so to quantify that, we can collect 1,000 responses from 1,000 people in 15 hours. Traditionally, when you do that face-to-face, for example, with a manual tabulation data processing means it takes about a month. So speed is everything now, and cost is everything now. So if we can create more timely, real-time data to our clients, we can make decisions quicker, which means opportunity costs to them.
Okay, I'm just thinking whether you need a lot of people to do this, whether you need a big team.
Actually, because we're so technology-driven, we're very knowledge-based as opposed to labor-intensive. So, we have a very lean team, but we can conduct research on a very large scale in a very small budget and a shorter period of time. So that's the beauty of innovation for us.
Yeah, and when you say that you are international, I understand that you also have 7 nationalities working at your office.
In KL alone, yes.
In KL alone, and you have 7 offices across the globe. Any plans to increase this number?
I think we will. We're looking at several opportunities now, both organic and inorganic, just because of the opportune situations there are. And I think the research industry has grown by way of consolidation as well. So there's lots of great opportunities in the horizon that we're looking at, and it might be by way of acquisition and/or organic growth.
Yeah. In fact, you've just brought up the next point that I wanted to ask you on the acquisitions.
Okay.
I understand that you also made a statement, sometime last year, end of last year, that you are intending to take over, acquire 2 companies. Perhaps you can give us more insight into that.
So, as a public company, one of the reasons you go public is to have a currency to acquire and grow. And, our investors expect us to grow as well. And that's just the way of, the world. And so we've been identifying companies that would fit our sort of culture, size, geographic expansion plans, have the right management skills, the right technology, communities, or what have you. And we're looking mainly around Asia, but also in some pockets around the world. So, we're hoping to close in on a few of these things within this year.
By this year?
Yes.
Okay, so this year you see as a good year for acquisition, for expansion?
Yeah, I think there's always opportunity in chaos, and while some people say that the economy may not be doing too well, that also poses opportunity for opportunists like me.
Isn't it good to be a bit pessimistic?
Well, I
so that we're always on guard.
If you're a pessimist, you look for problems in an opportunity. I'm an optimist, so I look for opportunity in problems.
I can see that. Okay.
But at the same time, we're obviously quite cautiously optimistic about whatever we do. We also have investors to answer to and
That's
what
a
have
good
you.
term, cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, so while we are bullish and we still want to grow and we're still very bullish on what we do, we're also realistic and we're also cautious. So we're not going to be reckless about how we grow, how we invest, and how we merge companies. But I think at the same time we're very opportunistic. So I think this year is going to be a good year for us.
Okay. So earlier you said that you have about 1,500 to about 2,000 clients so far. Is there a target that you want to meet for 2011?
I think we have a mantra in the company that it's more about growing our accounts, nurturing the business that we already have. It's not about a numbers game, about having more and more clients if we're not servicing the ones now well. So I think we want to make sure that we can grow our current accounts, our current base, and while taking on obviously new client acquisition. So it's about developing our current client base, which is key.
Okay, great. Bob, we've got just about a minute before we move on to the next segment,
Sure.
which is of course on CEOs and some of the interesting questions we're asking them as well. But
Okay.
please, your advice to other budding entrepreneurs.
Okay, well, I always say think global and move fast, and it's about the fast eating the slow, not the big eating the small anymore. So, I always believe in that, and then thankfully it's got me to where I am now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, and that was Bob Chua, who is CEO of Pulse Group. Of course, we've had a lot of interesting issues that we spoke about, of course, about the research agency that Bob heads, and of course they are expanding in 2011. And up next, we'll be looking at other interesting packages, and of course one of it is tips to be shared with all of you out there, especially entrepreneurs. Thank you for watching Sport Watch. We'll see you again.